Hello guys, welcome back. So today now we're going to complete our lectures on bones of the upper limb. So we're going to talk about the ulna and the radius, and then we'll conclude by giving an overview of the bones of the hand, right? Okay. So these are our last lectures. So if you are new here, I'm Lawrence. So consider subscribing to our channel. Support us by clicking the subscribe button, like, comment, and share with your friends. So we're happy to have you in. So today we are going to talk about these bones of the forearm. This is your forearm, right? We've talked about the shoulder region, right? We've talked about the arm, and now we are in the forearm. So the bones of the forearm, there are two. You have the ulna and the radius. Just remember that the ulna is always medially placed. The radius is always laterally placed. So now if this is my forearm, I'm not standing up. So let's assume you're seeing my forearm, anatomical position. So my ulna should be medially placed. My radius should be laterally placed. If I should apply here too, my ulna should be medially placed, and my radius should be laterally placed. That's what's happening here. So from this now, I can say that this is my right, not my, not my. For the model, this is the right upper limb. So you have the ulna here medially placed and the radius laterally placed. Okay, so now let's discuss the ulna. We are going to start with the ulna. You can see that the ulna, as we already said, is going to form articulation with the humerus, which we've talked about. It's going to form articulation with the humerus, and these two bones, they are going to look at the articulation. You can see the ulna here. This is the ulna. You can see the ulna, right? So this ulna is going to form an articulation with this the humerus bone, or the humeral bone. While this radius is also going to form a joint too. So these whole structures, they participate as the elbow joint. So the ulna will participate in the formation of elbow joint. The radius also participates in formation of elbow joint. Humerus also participates in the formation of the elbow joint. Okay. So the ulna has, as usual, every bone will have three parts: two ends and one shaft. Every long bone will have two ends and a shaft. This bone is also a long bone. It has two ends, proximal and distal, and has a shaft in between. So let's talk about the proximal part. You can see the proximal part, right? So now let's talk about it. Look anteriorly now. You can see this anterior projection, right? This anterior projection. This anterior projection is known as the coronoid process of the ulna, and you have this posterior projection. It's known as the olecranon process of the ulna. Then you also have, you can see there's a depression in between them. This depression between them is known as the trochlear notch. Then you also have a depression laterally, that is laterally placed, where the head of the ulna, of the radius, articulates to. So that process, or that depression, is known as the radial notch. So you have the coronoid process, olecranon process, trochlear notch, and the radial notch. That's it for that. So I would like to explain something. Look, when we're when we are talking about the coronoid process, look, this coronoid process is going to come and insert into this coronoid foci. That's why it's called the coronoid process. So it's going to what? It's going to insert into it. Then we have the olecranial process, right? The olecranial process, which is this. You can see it now. The olecranial process is going to come and insert into the olecranial foci, which you are seeing. You can see it. It's inserting into the olecranial foci of the humerus. These are olecranial foci. That's why they are called olecranial. So don't be confused. And then we have the trochlear notch, right? We said the trochlear notch. That's this. We said this is the trochlear notch, right? So this trochlear, the reason why it's called trochlear is because it's going to like surround the. Remember, this is the trochlear of the humerus. We said laterally capitulum, CT, right? Capitulum and trochlear. So this is the notch for the trochlear of the humerus. That's why it's called the what? The trochlear notch. So that's the name. Don't be confused. Then for the radial notch, it's for articulation of the head of the radius. That's why it's called the radial notch. Okay, now so we talked about the coronoid process, olecranial process, trochlear notch. Then we talked about the radial notch. So that's it for the proximal part. We also have this part which is just distal to the coronoid process. This is you can see this tubercle. You can see it now. Watch closely. You can see this projection here. That's called the tuberosity of the ulna, and the purpose of this is for attachment of one of the muscles of the arm, bicep brachia. So the bicep brachia will come from the arm and insert here. Are you getting it? Okay. So that's it for the proximal part. For the distal part, you can see that as it goes down, it becomes thin. It goes down, becomes thin, and then the distal part now. You can see the distal part. Let me use this to explain the distal part. So this is the distal part of the ulna. This is the distal part. You can see this is the distal part. You can see that from this it becomes thin, and then forms the distal part. And you can see the distal part is having laterally a downward projection. You can see this downward projection. That's called the styloid process of the ulna. You get, that's the styloid. You can feel that now. You can feel that. You can palpate it. So where is the ulna? This is the ulna. You can feel the styloid. This is my styloid process here. Are you getting it? So you can feel that in yours. So that's the what? Styloid process. Then we have the inferior, so we should articulate with the carpal bones. Okay, let's go into the radius now. Okay, we have the radius. The radius is laterally placed, as you already know. So we are going to divide it into the proximal part, shaft and distal part. For the proximal part, it has a head. You can see the head is oval in shape. Then on the superior surface is what? Concave, and the purpose is for articulation with the humerus, the distal end of the humerus. What part of the humerus? The C, right? Which is the capitulum. It's going to form an articulation there when the forearm is fully flexed. Then you have the neck just distal to it. This is the neck. You can see the neck. Then the neck continues downward. Then at the end of the neck, you have this tubercle which is facing medially, right? This is the medial aspect, because this is the right upper limb, so it's facing medially. So you can see this tubercle which is facing medially. It's called the tuberosity of the radius. Okay, so this is tuberosity of the radius. So we talked about the head, the neck, tuberosity of the radius. So you can see that the radius is forming a joint with the ulna at that radial notch we talked about, and that's called the proximal radio ulnar joint. That is joint between radius and ulna, radio ulnar. and it's proximal. We have distal to the one. There's a joint also formed distally, but it's called the proximal radio-ulnar joint. That's this joint. This joint here. You can see the joint now. Okay. So you can see that the shaft. This is the shaft of the radius. It continues downwards and become more bigger, unlike the ulna. The ulnar carpals as it goes distally becomes smaller as it goes distally, but this radius become bigger as it goes distally. Okay, so now this is the radius, right? And you can see that it has also a styloid process, which is laterally placed. For this one now, the styloid process of the ulna is medially placed, but the styloid process of the radius is laterally placed. Okay, I think we've covered it for the radius. Okay, we have been able to talk about the clavicle, we are able to talk about the scapula, we are able to talk about the humerus, we are able to talk about the radius, we are able to talk about the ulna. So now I would like to give you guys a mnemonic to remember the bones of the wrist, the carpal bones. And what do we use? It's a simple mnemonic. You have a beautiful girl, you're chasing after her, she's beautiful, right? So she looks beautiful, try to catch her. That's the mnemonic you used to remember all the carpal bones. She looks too beautiful, try to catch her. Okay, so now this is it. I've lined it here. S stands for she. S stands for the scaphoid bone. Scaphoid bone. L, she looks. L stands for lunate bone. Too beautiful. T stands for triquetrum. We have P. Pisiform. She looks too pretty. Pisiform. That's the P. Then 2. She looks too pretty. Try. The T stands for trapezium. Try to. 2. T stands for trapezoid. Catch. C stands for capitate. And then her. H stands for hermit. So she looks too pretty. Try to catch her. Scaphoid, lunate, triquetrum, pisiform, trapezoid, capitate, and the hermit. So those are the bones of the wrist, the carpal bones. So let's just give an overview of these bones. You can see now, right? She looks too pretty, right? She, this is the bone. Scaphoid, looks, lunate. 2, triquetrum, pretty. Pisiform, pisiform is lying on the triquetrum. Too pretty. Try, trapezium. 2, trapezoid. Catch, capitate, and then the hermit. So these are the bones. She looks too pretty, try to catch her. Then we have the metacarpal bones. There are 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 metacarpal bones. You can feel it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you have the phalanges. They are altogether 14. But your thumb, which is this, have just 2 phalanges. So you have 2 in the thumb. So this should be the thumb. You have 2, 1, 2. Then you have for the others 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So altogether 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So you have 14 phalangeal bones. So today we are able to talk about bones. We are able to talk about the clavicle, the scapula, the humerus, the radius, the ulna, the carpal bone. She looks too pretty, try to catch her. I want to talk about the metacarpals, the phalanges. So that's it for the bones. In our next video, not today, we are going to talk about the muscles. We'll start talking about the muscles. So guys, encourage us, don't forget, subscribe to our channel, give it a thumbs up, like, share with your friends. You can comment in the comment box below. So this is Lawrence on Triumphant Lectures. I'm believing to see you guys in the next one. Bye for now, guys.